Hi everyone. I wanted to come on here today and share a little bit. I've just been in the gym and I had a chat with Erica. So shout out to Erica, and who's a PT in the gym. And it was just really good to have a chat. And I wanted to take a moment to have a chat with myself here and to anyone that watches my podcasts. So this is the Conscious Pioneer podcast. And I don't know what episode we're on now, but the intention of starting these was so that I could just share my journey more and also eventually have some guests on. And lately I've just been noticing and understanding the own value of my own value, and feeling like the energy that I share and when I share it and how I share it is impactful to others, and just learning how to build a business out of like what I offer and who I am and what I do, and how not to just give away my time and energy for free, and how to develop a business plan that honors me and honors what I want to get out of life and how I want to deliver the services that I do. And yeah, so there's an aspect of that that's been going on, and there's also just a lot of back end stuff. I wrote a 72-page business plan, and I'm still in the process of working out the financials and what exactly I want my life to look like when I have a structured business, and how many people I want to have like individually, or how I want to work it out, and do I want to have a subscription program? And the answer is yes, I think so. And how can people have access to me, and how do I want my day-to-day to look, and what is the big picture? Where am I going with all of this? So I've been asking these questions lately, and I essentially created this business plan with this like idea in place, and then the idea and the actual implementation and creating that then became something that I felt very heavy around. And I was exploring that, and I had a session with Masati on Monday, and it's Friday now, and we were exploring the pattern that I have, which is to do really, really well and to be moving forward, and then to reach a point, and then cycle back down. And this has happened multiple times in my life, where I've got a lot of momentum and progression, and then all of a sudden it just drops off, or I get sick, or I get injured, or my detox is a lot and I get pain in my body, and that kind of experience. And that essentially happened to me recently. And in my session we were working on, I had this XI visual, which is essentially like a visualization that shows me where I am on an unconscious level, but consciously. So he had me stand on the side of a mountain, and like with a parachute strapped to me, and he was asking me, how does it feel having this parachute strapped to you, and what's going on? And it was strapped on really hard, and I really liked it. And then in the next moment I was wanting it off, and like looking inside and feeling very scattered. And that was what I was experiencing, this feeling of being set on my direction, and like very clear on what I want and where I'm going, and like birthing this thing and this business. And then the next day I was feeling very scattered, and like where is this going? Do I even want this? What is this? Like, and just forgetting who I am, basically, and forgetting the value that I have and what I'm bringing, and like not seeing it. It was this feeling of, it's like having this backpack, but like, where is it? Like, can I trust it? Was it gone? And that was what I was experiencing. And in one reality I was ready and set, and then there was this other reality where I just wasn't. And I can't jump off the cliff with this parachute unless that other reality is gone. Because if I jump while I'm not fully ready, I'm not like fully set and ready, then I'm going to keep cycling back down. And essentially this other reality is fear. And it comes from being my mom's womb and having her feeling the fear. And so I was born in fear, with the reality of fear just being right there for me. And so it's kind of like a third arm for me. So that reality and that identity that has that experience of fear is like a third arm. So I've been essentially detoxing that and learning to just let go of fear. And I know this might be quite hard to understand and relate to for some people, but yeah. And this week I've been feeling, I think I jumped and I wasn't quite ready just in this visualization, and so I jumped, and yeah, the back was kind of like falling off me, and I was like, oh god. And then I was like, oh no, I did jump and I wasn't ready, and whoops. Because that's another thing, like I feel like on a conscious level and mental level, I want to go and I want to do the thing and I want to jump and I just want to be ready and la da da. But you can't jump before you're ready. And so yeah, I think I accidentally did that, and then I kind of got put back, and it's like, okay, it's okay to make mistakes. You know, I didn't jump out of a plane. I've still got my body, like physically, or I didn't jump off a cliff. Like, I'm still here. It's okay. I did it on the other levels, but now I know that I'm still not ready. So what do I have to do, or what frequencies do I need to resonate at in order to trust my parachute, to let go of this other reality? What frequencies do I need to let go of in order to trust my parachute and to let go of this other reality? And that's the question I have to keep asking myself, and like discovering. He even said put on a backpack and see how it feels. And I did that once, and I should do that again. But that's the process that I'm in right now. And at the same time, I want to move my business and keep moving it forward. It's just I don't want to do that while I'm still in two realities. So I'm just exploring that and waiting for the right time for me to step forward and move forward. But today, just having this conversation with Erica was like very helpful to just get some different ideas of how I can move my business forward. But I also feel like this is also wrapped up in self-doubt, which is another thing for me. So now I'm sort of like just not sure if I'm ready or not ready, or like it's a little bit like, okay, but I'm not ready. So I will know when I am, and it will just happen. And some people might not have a clue what I'm going on about, but that's okay. You guys are just listening here with me. Hang on, I need to just reset this. I also feel like just because I'm not like fully ready to make the full jump, it doesn't mean I still can't work on little bits and pieces of my business and explore. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to reopening my business plan and seeing how it feels and like what comes up for me around it. And yeah, doesn't mean I don't have to just put it on the back burner completely. But also what's been interesting for me this week is Wimbledon has been on. And Wimbledon was a dream for me. Even just 4 or 5 years back, I was playing tennis full time in Spain. And it was during COVID, so I wasn't able to do like a ton of tournaments, but it was like a dream of mine when I was 16. And there's also that similar thing of getting to a certain point and then feeling like the door closes. And I got an injury, and then it was just like, this isn't the path for me anymore. But when I see Wimbledon, I get this experience of, like, dang, that was a dream, and it still kind of is, you know. Part of me is like, oh, maybe I could, and maybe I could, but also, is that really what I want? What is it about that experience of Wimbledon that I want? Just like one match in my whole lifetime, or a couple of matches, or, you know, because Wimbledon is a tiny piece of the puzzle that people see for so much grind that goes in the background in tennis, like day in, day out kind of vibe. And I love tennis, and I really miss doing that day in, day out. I miss competitive sports, and I miss that feeling of, so I feel like with tennis, you know what you're doing. You're trying to be a tennis player, and you're trying to get to the top, and that's what you're working towards, and that's what's happening. 1444 4G 41. There's lots of fours happening right now. And I think when I'm like being an entrepreneur and I'm building my own business, I kind of know what I'm doing, but that it just feels like there's so many possibilities, and also I'm working on my own, and it's like I'm building something that could go in many different directions, right? It's not like I have a specific goal, like I want to win Wimbledon. So that's interesting, and I know that things are gonna flow when they flow and how they flow, and right now I am just focusing on feeding myself really well, going to the gym. I do need to go to the allotment more and spend more time in nature, and I'm probably gonna regret putting my lip balm on, because it looks, I look, well, basically it's a sun cream lip balm because it was here, so I've got quite white lips. Oh well. Yeah, but I think it's all gonna unfold beautifully and everything. I'm just in a little bit of like an integration phase after my Masculinity session. I'm a little bit confused still. I restarted in 18 days. It feels like everything in my life, at least, is, I feel like there's a time and a place for things to happen. There's a time for our own integration and own self-development and our own work. And then there's a time to build things outwardly and create in the world. And I think right now it feels more like a pause space. And that time will naturally evolve, and I can't force it faster than it wants to go. And it's really, again, about that trust. So even if I do jump the parachute or whatever, that doesn't mean that everything is going to happen immediately. It just means that I'm in that process of free fall and letting go, and just being secure with the present moment, and being good with myself in the present moment without needing to hold on to anything, without having fear, without having that extra security other than myself, and being present in the moment, not moving in front of time or behind time, but just being here now and creating from the now moment, and nourishing that and experiencing that, and spatial referencing and all of that stuff. And essentially when I do more of that, which is what nourishes me, that is essentially what my business is. I'm helping everyone nourish themselves by being in the present moment time, so that we can let go of our traumas and everything that doesn't belong here, so that we can then flow in time, give ourselves love in this moment, nurture ourselves so that we can be the best possible version that we are, as in we move into the reality where that exists, where the best version of us exists, and that just happens as a natural process as we let go of the patterns and the traumas and the things that don't belong to us, and then arrive as we are right now in the present moment, and learn to deeper trust ourselves, deeper trust the present moment, deeper trust who we are, and then naturally what we're meant to do and what experiences that we're meant to have that will help us experience ourselves, and let go of more and more deeper stuff so that we can experience the fullness of life. That will all come to be as we learn to be here now, as we learn to be in our bodies, to spatial reference, to use our breath to support our nervous system and who we are, and how we can just be, and like learning and becoming more aware of our own patterns. And even if that is like forcing from the mind or creating things from the mind, it's like sinking back into our elegance and our own frequency signature, sinking deeper into our femininity if we're a woman, and our masculinity if we're a man, and gaining that trust in life and who we are. So anyway, that's a little bit from me today, and I hope you're doing good. I'm sending you so much love, and we will connect again soon. Okay, that's it, I think. Bye for now. Oh, thanks for watching. If you watched on YouTube, please leave me a comment. I really want to connect with anyone who listens. Like, hey, hi, we're on the science together and I'm sharing this, and if you've got this far, please let me know. I would love to know. I'd love if you made the comment. Love it. I would love it. I would appreciate that. I would love it. I'd love to get to know who is watching. Let me know what you're working on right now. What's your recent realization in your life been? What's the theme that's been coming up for you? And how are you working on it? Let me know. And if you're watching on Spotify, I would love a 5-star rating. You know, I mean, maybe this isn't 5-star right now, but still it helps. It helps something. And do something really nice for yourself today. Do something really, really nice to yourself that you deserve. Maybe that's even just going outside and spending a little time in nature. Anyway, I love you, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye for now.